www.alexjonespodcast.com.
Earlier I'm talking about this Bhutto clip. And there's huge implications here because the ISI is really set up by British intelligence. And then in the 70s and 80s, even in the 90s, revamped through U.S. intelligence. Very close ties. Even the Wikipedia page on it really reveals this. And then you find out that this guy, Omar Saeed Sheikh, is the right-hand man of General Mahmoud Ahmed. Mahmoud Ahmed is the one who orders a $100,000 wire transfer just before 9/11 through Omar Saeed Sheikh to Muhammad Atta. So these guys have some kind of financial connection, okay? Remember, the Pakistani ISI is probably like another proxy network to recruit Islamic militants and then use them in the Middle East, and then on top of that, bring them into the United States, such as was happening in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, where they were funneling in Islamic militants in this same program through their asset, Osama bin Laden. And bin Laden probably still thought he was an asset at this point because they hadn't killed him. We were well into, the Afghanistan invasion and even the Iraqi invasion when this occurs, and Bhutto says that this guy, Saeed Sheikh, murdered bin Laden. And now Hirsch is saying that, Cheney was running CIA death squads, and one of their targets was indeed Bhutto. Hit the clip.
There was one report that said that you had arranged to send President Musharraf a letter to be sent in the event of your death by assassination, urging him to investigate certain individuals in his government. Is that true?
Yes, it is true that I wrote to General Musharraf. I received information from General Musharraf that a friendly country had passed on to them the information that I could be attacked by a gang from the Afghan warlord Baitullah Masood, or by Hamza bin Laden, the son of Osama bin Laden, or by the Pakistani Taliban in Islamabad, or by a group in Karachi. So I sent back a letter saying that while these groups may be used, I thought it was more important to go after the people who supported them, who organized them, who could possibly be the financiers or the organizers of the finance for those groups. And I named 3 individuals who I thought were their sympathizers. Now I understand that I could be wrong and my suspicions could be misplaced, but these are the people that I suspect want to stop the restoration of democracy. They want to stop my return because they know in 1993, when Pakistan was on the brink of being declared a terrorist state, I stopped the rise of terrorism, and they know that I can do it again. So I feel that these are the forces that really want to stop not just me, but the democratic process and the will of the people from triumphing.
And in terms of these 3 people that you mentioned, were they members of or associated with the government?
Yes, well, one of them is a very key figure in security. He's a former military officer. He is someone that has had dealings with Jaish-e-Mohammed, one of the banned groups, with Maulana Azhar, who was in an Indian jail for decapitating 3 British tourists and 3 American tourists. And he also had dealings with Omar Sheikh, the man who murdered Osama bin Laden. Now I know that having dealings with people does not necessarily mean direct evidence, but I also know that internal security has totally collapsed.
All right,
Pakistan.
Let's pull it right there. The guy never follows up and acts like, I murdered Osama bin Laden. Omar Sheikh, I don't know anything about that. So this Hirsch thing, hopefully it will develop. We really need to see more Hirsch on either the Alex Jones Show or my show or both.
www.alexjonespodcast.com